And let's just show you how this chain reaction has escalated and spread. Take a look at where it actually began. The first protests were seen in Shopia in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's keep moving. Then we saw it in the national capital. And then it spread to different other parts of the country. UP's capital, Lucknow, to Prayagraj, different parts of Uttar Pradesh, including in Deoband. You've seen it in Saharanpur as well. And that's what the national map really looks like. I'm going to let this map move to show you how different parts of the country are seeing these protests. Let's cut back to the visuals now and go straight to India Today's Ashish, who's with us live from Hyderabad. Ashish, what's the situation like over there? We saw huge crowds in Hyderabad as well.
Yes, Shiv, you are absolutely right. In fact, we reported from the ground zero just after Friday prayer at historic Makkah Masjid adjacent to Charminar. Protests erupted. Soon after the protest, senior police officials of Hyderabad police, they rushed to the location. They tried pacifying the crowd, and after a few efforts, the crowd was dispersed. But it was not at Makkah Masjid at Charminar, but a few kilometers away from Charminar. It was at Ajizia Mosque, outside Ajizia Mosque in Mehendipatnam, where police had to use a slight force. Police used a slight force there to disperse the crowd. Apart from Mehendipatnam, several other areas of the city witnessed a spontaneous protest. All the protesters are only demanded, and they were demanding the immediate arrest of two sacked BJP leaders, BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma, as well as another person. So clearly protests erupted, protests escalated, police used slight forces at few locations, but now city is peaceful.
Let's go across to Suryagni joining us live from Kolkata. Suryagni, what's the situation in Kolkata? There were big protests there as well.
Kolkata as well. There was the protest happened at Kolkata's Park Circus area. A huge turnout happened. Taking cue from yesterday's events where the national highways was blocked for almost 11 hours, the West Bengal police and the Kolkata police made it sure that any protest that happens should happen in a very peaceful manner. There was a huge deployment of Kolkata police, and thankfully when it comes to Kolkata, the situation was very much in control. But certain parts of Howrah did see violent protest where tires were burned, but thankfully nothing like what we saw yesterday happened today. The national highway, we are still on it. It's still open. There is no blockage as of now. There have been reports of certain untoward incidents, but nothing like yesterday that where the entire highway was entire national highway was blocked for almost 11 hours. Thankfully the Kolkata police and West Bengal police took a huge cue from yesterday, and they were ready to make sure that the situation remains under under control. And secondly, and most importantly, any place where there was a blockage, the West Bengal police made sure that no ruckus would be entertained, and they made sure with maybe through lathi charge or tear shells that the roads should be clear and the law and order situation should be in normalcy. Back to you, Shiv.
Abhishek Mishra is live with us from Lucknow. Abhishek, what's the situation there? Yogi Adityanath has, cracked the whip on those indulging in violence in different parts of Uttar Pradesh as part of these protests. What's the situation in Lucknow?
Well, absolutely, and CM Yogi Adityanath has given clear indications and instructions to make sure that now the situation should be under control, and all these places where such incidents had occurred, strong orders have been given to take the strict necessary action. And as far as what happened in Prayagraj, the ADG zone has said that they will soon be taking the charge, and they will be getting everyone under the custody who has done this act there after the namaz and how the stone planting had happened, that too on the police force. So that is one thing. But the situation we have seen also, not only just in Prayagraj but in Muradabad, in Lucknow also, and Hathras, other places where such protests were happening. It went beyond the protest stone planting, and the kind of situation that emerged is a clear indication that the government and at the same time administration has to take some major steps as far as maintaining the law and order situation is concerned. But as of now, the instructions have been given and the monitoring has been done from the Home Department so that there could be a proper situation of peace. But right now, the police force is there and they are trying to manage the situation, and strong instructions have been given by CM Adityanath to take strict action against all these miscreants who have done this after the namaz and all that damage which has been done. Yes.